President Vladimir Putin has restated that Ukrainian troops must leave the Donbas region, signaling that Russia intends to secure full control of the area. His remarks came after U.S. envoys visited Moscow to discuss an updated American peace proposal, which Russia said still contained points it could not accept. The Kremlin indicated it is waiting for a formal response from Washington after the talks, which produced no breakthrough. Ukraine continues to reject any territorial concessions and insists that firm security guarantees remain essential. European leaders have reportedly voiced unease about the U.S.-led negotiations, warning that Kyiv could face pressure over disputed regions. Meanwhile, Russian forces have maintained slow but steady advances across parts of southeastern Ukraine. And for more on this, I'm joined by our senior international correspondent and anchor, Afua Hagan. Afua, good afternoon. What is the latest from the ceasefire talks aimed at ending the war in Ukraine?
Well, these ceasefire talks have been going on all week. They've been taking place in Miami. We've heard from both the negotiation teams that it seems that these talks are slow but steady. Vladimir Putin commenting yesterday that the talks took 5 hours because there were so many points on this 27-point peace plan that the US and the Ukraine have put forward to go through. Now, Vladimir Putin is meeting with Narendra Modi over the past couple of days and into the next couple of days at the India-Russia summit. But he has commented on the talks. He said that the Kremlin are now waiting for a response from the Ukraine and the US to the last points that they went through in this 27-point peace plan. It's clearly very, very detailed, and clearly there's a lot of back and forth between the two teams. You know, Jared Kushner being part of the US team, the Ukrainian team. There's thought to be some movement perhaps on the points on humanitarian corridors, prisoner exchanges, but it's that Donbas region, it's that issue that remains a real sticking point. Vladimir Putin absolutely adamant that he will not give that up.
Right. And of course, the world is watching the Putin-Modi visit closely. What do you think has come out of the visit so far?
Well, yeah, so this is the India-Russia summit. This event has been going for the last 25 years, only missed 1 year because of the pandemic. Putin and Narendra Modi, very, very tight. Narendra Modi greeted Putin on the tarmac yesterday, on the red carpet, gave him a very warm greeting. They went off to a private dinner together in the same car. We've seen Narendra Modi showing Putin the sights around India. But when we get down to the real business of this visit, right, because that's what it's all about. You've got two delegations. You've got a large business delegation on the ground there. The trade between the two countries is worth $68.72 billion, heavily skewed in favor of Russia. India exports less than $5 billion in the whole year. So we are going to hear a lot about oil. Oil is a huge sticking point, particularly for India. And India has upped its purchase of discount Russian crude oil in the past few years, and is expected to up that even more because the US President Donald Trump put an additional 25% punitive tariff on India for buying Russian oil. But actually, that means it's probably just going to buy even more. So we can expect a deal on oil to come out of this summit.
Right. So, Afua, before you go, can you tell us what the latest is on ground in Ukraine?
Well, yeah, absolutely. Even though you have these peace talks going on in the background, you have this Russia-India summit, you know, on the ground, things are still pretty dire as we head into this winter region, extremely cold in both Ukraine and Russia. It's now all about both sides targeting infrastructure. Earlier on this week, you had an attack in Kherson, which saw 2 children killed, but also saw 40,000 people without power. And that's really where both sides will be targeting energy, targeting power, so people don't have power, heat and light in these extreme temperatures, and that puts even more pressure on these peace talks.
Wow. Thank you so much, Afua Hagan, for joining and giving us the update.